So, turns out Kim Jong-un's a racist.
Go on.
Is it Un now?
So the North Korean media writes that which is, by the way, state-sanctioned,
Obvi.
that Barack Obama is a wicked black monkey.
Now, there's a couple of stupid bits to this story. One, somebody's shocked that the mass murdering dictator of an entirely homogenous population is racist. Two, this guy's just been killing and feeding people to dogs and executing his girlfriend, and the White House is just yeah, whatever, that's what he does. And then he says something racist, and the White House is over the line.
That's precisely the point. The Washington Post wrote in their analysis of this whole North Korean thing that North Korea is a race-obsessed country. How is it that the White House chooses this stupid incident of all things to respond to?
And they were like, you know what, this has gone too far. This is unprecedented. And then he's just whatever. Dude, I'm friends with Dennis Rodman. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I have black friends. So that's the other thing. Is what does Dennis Rodman think of all of this? Well, okay, sorry. That presupposed a lot. I'd like to hear what Dennis Rodman would have to say when you ask him this question.
Say after 6 bottles of cognac.
Generally speaking, Dennis Rodman, after 6 bottles of cognac's view on anything is pretty interesting.
It's definitely aggressive.
The White House responds to such ludicrous.
Do you know what else pissed me off about the Washington Post report? He said that Kim Jong-un's state media was channeling 1850s America when they said these racist things.
That is an analogy that no one has a relationship with. No one is alive from 1850 right now.
But if you read some 1850 New York Times reports, holy are they racist? I published top 10 most racist pieces from the New York Times once. It was awesome. They hate the Irish.
Well, you burned most of New York, and it was the whiskey ran ankle deep, apparently.
Sounds like a party.
The country can almost claim, I guess, that they're 100% North Korean.
If you think your leader is a god, then his people must be pretty cool, right?
No, not really.
They get the worst god around, though. He's a pretty god.
The one that executes you by mortar by
tying
he's
you to a Old Testament.
When you don't have food, he thinks
no manna from heaven.
You don't have food. He thinks you need a water park. You're dying of thirst, and he builds a water park, and all the water has chlorine in it.
Oh.
Water.
I love that picture of him going up the chairlift, but he's not wearing any skis. Just looking pimp. It's that's not how that works. I don't think you know what that's for.
Dictators like that are fun. The crazy North Korean ones where he's building water parks and ski lifts that he doesn't know how to use. I have bought Mercedes, which I've made out of solid gold.
Now you're respecting.
We ebb and flow from how serious we take them. I don't know if this was the Washington Post, but some of this coverage of the North Korean write-up of the write-up of how North Korea treated Obama included stuff it's interesting because North Korea has really good relationships with African countries. What?
People like Hitler, Putin, you don't want those. But, Kim Jong-un, we all sit in the international community and watch these little idiots. They're like court jesters. Well, you have them fight out a war, and it's kind of funny to watch them at Joffrey's wedding.
I'm sure Kim Jong-un is feeling really bad right now. His buddy to the north has got a plan for his meltdown, and it involves arresting all of his buddies.
But strictly speaking, he kind of does that himself. He has a tendency to arrest all his buddies.
He arrests all of his his uncle's buddies.
And then feeds them to dogs.
This is revealing about the Obama White House, and I don't like what it reveals. That it reveals that they're too sensitive about people who are beneath contempt. So now, inside the country, they're going to have this notion that the United States has responded to something that their moronic state media wrote because the U.S. is scared of what North Korea has to say about them.
People try and attach deep understanding and meaning to it. How about they're just f***ing nuts? Doesn't that work?
You can burn churches, you can invade Ukraine, you can kill your girlfriend and kill your uncle and kill all of his friends. But if you say something do something homophobic or say something that's racist, it's on. We're disappointed in you, Kim Jong-un. I didn't know you were a racist.